I would like to thank Barbara Kalimapiri, Chair of the Board, and also the trustees of Aphrodad. I would also like to thank my brother and comrade Jason Rosario Braganza, Chief Executive Officer, and also the entire staff team and associates of Aphrodad. I would also like to acknowledge the Aphrodad membership in the room and online, because I know Aphrodad is a membership organization. I will speak on behalf of the Stop the Bleeding Consortium, which is at the heart of the Stop the Bleeding campaign, and say that Aphrodad is a very important member of the Stop the Bleeding Consortium, which is a consortium of 7 Pan-Africanist, continental level activist organizations, many of them being membership-based organizations that are represented and are active in all the 6 regions and 55 countries of Africa. These 7 include FEMNET, the African Women's Development and Communications Network, and I know Memory, and members of her board are somewhere in between the team. Allow me to call the chief executives, even though I know that the boards and the trustees are also with us. This includes Aphrodad itself, the African Forum and Network on Debt and Development. This includes NAWI, the African Macroeconomics, AfriFem Macroeconomics Collective. This includes iTook Africa, the International Trade Union Confederation Africa Office. Joel spoke earlier. This includes Tax Justice Network Africa, TJNA, and I know Chennai is also somewhere in the room, and several members of her team and members of her board. This includes Trust Africa, our development arm, and this includes PALU, which I like calling the law firm of the consortium. So these 7 organizations, the consortium, sit at the heart of Stop the Bleeding campaign, which is a much larger campaign that brings together thousands of African actors, individuals, institutions, and movements, and we all work together on issues of economic justice and good economic governance of Africa, and reform of global financial architecture, and that includes global security architecture. So we dream together, we plan together, we act together, and we support each other, and we're all here to support Aphrodad. And just to say, this being the year of reparations for Africans and persons of African descent, wherever they may be in the world, the intersection between reparations and economics, I think, is a very important part of the debate and an important site of action. So we're very, very happy that Aphrodad, and later on in the year, TJNA also are anchoring these conversations on the intersection between reparations and economics, and in this case, the history of debt. And virtually, I think every speaker that has spoken before me has spoken about it with so much elocution that I need not repeat. PALU, on our part, anchors conversations and actions on reparations through law, which is one of the things that Comrade Voiluethu has just called for. I will not go into that now, as I will be speaking about it in the next session, the first substantive session, after the keynote by our sister Lilian. And PAL will also host a session on it tomorrow. But I can say that when you talk about reparation through law, this includes lawmaking, law challenging, and even litigation, including disruptive litigation. So watch that space. But for now, I'd just really like to thank our colleagues for convening us here, to thank the government of Ghana for the role it has played historically, but especially in the last half decade in reigniting this debate and this form of action on reparations. I wish us all very fruitful deliberations and actions, and especially bold actions, including the Pan-African Debt Rally that will be undertaking on Friday. Thank you.